Good morning, beautiful people of the world. Good morning. It's Tuesday, September 30th, 2025. We're almost in the month of October. Sorry, y'all. I'm already running late, so whatever. Today, I had a hard time getting up this morning. So, I was struggling a little bit. But since I don't have to punch in now, you know where I normally stop to punch in? My foreman, yesterday I went in and I said, my hand is not working. And so he was like, okay. He was like, you want me to take you down on the other end and program your hand? I said, yeah, that would be nice. Since I park, on the other end. I said, that would be nice. And so he did. He took me down there. He programmed my hand. So now I don't have to stop there. I can just keep going to the parking lot and just park. Punch in there and park. So, because that was a hassle. Because in the afternoon, I have to get my car, take my car down on the other end. I'm like, all of this just to punch in. Come on. So he reprogrammed my hand again. So fingers crossed. This eyelash is giving me the flux this morning. I'm probably in it taking it off. I think I can't get no more wears out of this one because it don't want to stick. It's giving me the flux. Anyway, it is Tuesday, September 30th, 2025. As I said, good morning to you and you and you and you and you and you. So you know what we do over here. If you don't know what we do, let me tell you what we do. Over here on this platform, every Tuesday, we do a Truthful Tuesday. And it is to speak your truth in any which way you want to. You can get on here and say, my truth is that I like cornbread with pig's feet. I don't know. But whatever you're feeling, whatever your truth may be, feel free to write it in the comment section. And just so you know, this is a non-judgment platform, okay? So you don't have to ever worry about writing something here and me or the other people here coming at you, because we don't do that. And if somebody does come at you on your comment or your truth, they will be blocked from this channel, because we do not do that. We listen, we do not judge. We listen, we do not judge. You know, you could be going through something and somebody has some advice, somebody has some words of encouragement, somebody is telling you something that could help you. That's what we do. We do not judge, we listen. Okay? So, I have a few truths. I have a few. My main truth is that I think that it sucks ass, rabbit's ass, that YouTube is taking part of your donation or your donations when you go live. Now, yesterday I went live. I won't be live tonight because I have to take Chris for a flu shot tonight. I got my flu shot last week. And I meant to tell you all that I got my flu shot. And please don't come on this video and talk about vaccines or talk about vaccinations. Listen, whatever way you choose to whatever way, can't talk this morning, whatever way you choose to live your life, that's on you. Whatever way you choose to protect your children or your family, that's your business, okay? But as far as me and my house, we get vaccines. We get all of the vaccines that we need. We get COVID, we get flu, we get them all. Whatever is recommended or required, we get them, because it is about being healthy and being safe first before anything. And I do not try to get on here to tell people to get vaccinated, although I wish people would. But there are a lot of people who refuse to get vaccinated because they say the COVID shot did this. And I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying that you're lying. I'm not saying that, because vaccines affect everyone differently, because everybody is different. Everybody's body is not the same. So I respect that. I respect you not getting vaccinated, but please respect me in what I'm saying, and don't get on here trying to argue with me about what I do or what I do with my body. You do you, and I'm gonna do me, okay? And what I'm gonna do for me, is I'm gonna get vaccinated. Don't mean that I won't get sick, but I won't be as sick. I've had COVID 3 times. I've had the flu. Haven't had the flu in a while, in some years, but I think I have had the flu. And, I get vaccinated. That's what I do. I was raised on vaccines, and that's what I do. So having said that, I won't be live because I got to take Chris, as I said, for a flu shot this evening. And on top of him having those shots that he had, he's fine. He got a little cold. And I think he got some remnants of that. But now he's getting ready to get a flu shot. But he's not coughing, sneezing. Just got a little cough. But he's been taking Tylenol. So he's fine. Anywho, back to what I was saying. So YouTube takes quite a bit portion of your money, according to my comrade who lets me know and researches these types of things, and that would be the Mr. Metal Shrub. And if you don't know who Metal Shrub is, you should know by now, because Metal Shrub is a young man who has been watching my platform for a while, and he supports this channel. He's one of the moderators on my live, and he is the one who looks up a lot of things, researches a lot of information for me to help me run this business, this platform. I wish I was making enough money that I could pay him, and maybe that'll happen one day, I hope. Depending on how big we get, I would definitely he would be on payroll, and he would be the -- person to take care of a lot of things for me. But having said all of what I just said, YouTube takes a lot of revenue from content creators, according to Mr. Meadow. And I think that it sucks ass that they do that, because we work so very hard over here on this platform. And then to have YouTube take so much of what we make, I think is just really horrible. So yesterday I was on live, and I put up, I enabled the button where you can make donations to me while I'm live, and you can send me gifts. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't know y'all had fell down. And that you can send gifts. Well, YouTube takes a percentage of that, and you get paid through your Google AdSense. But you have to make $100 threshold in donations in order for you to get that payout. Which, by the way, is like how you get paid. You got to make the $100 threshold, right? So, it really sucks. So he broke it down. Metal broke it down, and I didn't write it down because it was kind of late when he sent, when I read it, and I was going to write it down, but I got busy doing something else. I was talking to Chris, and I'm trying to understand what's going on right here. I tell y'all, leaving later, you run into more drivers who don't want to drive. They don't want to go to work. I don't want to go either. But we got to go. We got to get there. So I need y'all to move out the way. But anyway, trying to move this eyelash over. So if you see me messing with this. So he broke it down on how much YouTube takes. And it's a lot. Okay, it's a lot. And YouTube is not designed to help content creators become successful. Okay, TikTok is, I think, the number one streaming app that you can make money. Instagram sucks ass. Facebook, I think you can make good money, but I think and that's why they want TikTok. That's why they want to buy TikTok, because they know that TikTok it's the hottest app. So when he told me that, I was like, you got to be kidding me. So I think I'm going to wait until I make that, because I think I got $89 in there. That's how much I made last night, because I think Meadow sent 49 and everybody else was sending like 5, 7, 10, so forth and so on. And then somebody cash at me $50. Not somebody's, I know who it was. I figured out who it was who sent me the $50. So I'm gonna wait till I make the $100 threshold, and YouTube is gonna take their percentage. And once they take their percentage, I'm gonna take that button off. As far as the gifts, I may leave that on, but I think I'm going to take the donation button off and just have you guys use my Cash App, because it's still I've been on YouTube for a while, and it's a lot about YouTube that I still do not know, because it's a real tricky thing about YouTube. You know, it's tricky, and so you really do need to do your research in regards to it, and what they do, and what you can do, and what you're allowed, you know, all of that crap. So I don't understand why you driving side by side. Come on. So it's got, you know, with that being said, it's a lot that is still a mystery, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? It's still a mystery to me. So I'm still learning this person. I just don't understand. Learning different things in regards to YouTube. You know, I'm still learning. So it's quite a bit to know. And so if you don't know what's going on or know how it works and the functions, you really could be lost unless you have a Meadow shrub to figure these things out for you. He's young, he's tech savvy, you know, he knows a whole lot more than I do. And, you know, when you're trying to figure stuff out, you know, it's good to have somebody. That's why I said that depending on how this platform go or whatever, I'm gonna make sure he's the one that's on payroll for real. And but Meadow keeps me abreast of a lot of things, you know. And I always say that God sends you what you need, you know. I don't have a boyfriend or a husband like Nick's husband. He knows all the ins and outs, and he knows how to edit and do all of this and all of that. And I don't have that, but I do have Meadow, you know. I do have him, and I have other people as well who really helped me with this channel. And I have Kay Dyer. She sent me that information about the job, so she emailed me. I have Pretty KD. I have the Simple Life 7, Nick Techniques. I mean, the list goes on. Brenda, Wilma. So there's always somebody there to help me. You know, these are the people that really are for CC and really want to see CC win and really like my channel. You know, Grandma's Corner, she always show up. You know, we have a good time on the live. Yes, we have had, and we did have last night, some ignorant comments. And then there was an ignorant comment on my picture that I put up of me when I was 13. This person said, did your head get any bigger? And see, here's the, let me say this. This is another Truthful Tuesday for me. Here's another one of my truths. I am always perplexed and amazed when people look the worst that try to come for you. I've never seen this dude that said, did your head get any bigger? Go over to my community page. I put it up on my community page, okay? The picture of him. And what's interesting to me is that when I go look at these people's profile pics and I see what the fuck they look like, I be like, motherfucker, you shouldn't have never opened up your mouth. This dude got an afro and locks. How you got two? How you got two in the same? How do you have an afro and locks? You got locks sitting on top of a fucking Brillo nappy head Brillo pad. And you over there talking about, did my head get any bigger? Who the fuck are you? So I responded to him, you should never say anything based on what your profile picture look like. I said, you must be a broke ass that you can't go get that nappy ass shit on your fucking head retwisted. And for some reason, for some odd reason, and there was another lady, her name was Phyllis, I think was it Phyllis Wright? She made a comment on my short video that I did of the blue. She wrote, how y'all get so, first of all, how she wrote the comment was stupid, but what she was trying to say was, how y'all get so damn big? I hid her and deleted her comment. I don't know what the fuck she was talking about. But what is interesting to me is that people have no problem getting on your videos or your pictures or whatever they may be and saying some negative, nasty shit to you. And then when you come for them because they think you're not going to respond, oh, she the type of YouTuber, you know, she don't respond to comments. Yes, the fuck I do. Good and bad. Good and bad. And they never expect that because most YouTubers who are on YouTube, they don't respond to any negative comments. They don't. They don't respond to them. I, on the other hand, I get so many negative comments that I have to pick and choose. I have to pick and choose which ones I'm going to delete or respond to. Some of them are not worth saying boo to. And then there are some that I just want to just fuck with them because they came over and fucking with me. So in the last couple of weeks or so, I've had several mean, nasty comments left on my videos, my pictures, so forth and so on. And I have went on and I hid these people. I hid them first and then I removed the comment. So you all never even get a chance to see the comment because they're gone. I'm not going back and forth with people who want to get on and talk about Charlie Kirk. Listen, I had said what I said about Charlie Kirk. I don't know why y'all, like last night, it was somebody that got on there and We almost got through the whole live without somebody bringing him up. And then lo and behold, here come this person that wanted to bring him up. It was 2 people. And we were like, wow, we almost got through the whole live without having to talk about Charlie Kirk. You know, I may miss my spot today because I am getting here a little bit later. And I don't care about Charlie Kirk. I know you all do. I know a lot of you all loved him. And I know a lot of you all, you know, was sucking on his dick because you all are racist too, or prejudiced, or whatever you are. And you believed a lot of the propaganda that he spilled and a lot of the hate and so forth and so on. Hey, that was y'all God, y'all idol, y'all worshiped him. I don't have nothing to do with that. But we're not going to talk about Charlie Kirk over here on CC's Fashion is my passion. Because I don't give 2 shits about him, his children, his wife. I don't care. I don't. I really, really don't. I just don't care. I can't even say, oh, it's unfortunate, because I don't know if it is or if it isn't. What I do know is that he was what he was. And you know what he was. And that's just a fact. And we can't deny that. But if you think that what he said was right, then you're him. So as soon as somebody says something about Charlie Kirk over here, I hide them. I get rid of them. You can't make no comments. It's no rest in peace to him. Because I hope he's not resting in peace. I hope he's down in hell, burning up continuously. That's what I hope. Because that's where he deserves, and that's what he deserves. That's my opinion. And you have your opinion. But do what you want to do as far as that's concerned. But we almost got through the live without somebody saying something about him, and somebody brought him up. And what I don't understand is why you feel the need to get on somebody's live and say rest in peace Charlie Kirk. Go over there to your platform and write all the commentary that you want to write about Charlie Kirk. You understand what I'm saying? Go to your shit. Go to your shit and write rest in peace. Go to your shit. Go make all the posts you want to make about him, regarding him. Go on over to your platform and say whatever you want to say about Charlie Kirk. And you know, you have that's your right. That's your privilege. But why are you trying to make other people feel some type of way about him or for him? I don't know. Look at this motherfucker. See, this is what pisses me off. Now he down here in my parking spot. Okay, I don't know which way you going. In here. I would have this spot if this dude is not supposed to even be parked over here. And I told them about him. And I said, I went in there and gave them, I went over there and gave them the license plates. I don't know if I even can get in here. It's tight. See, that's why I don't like to be late. Oh, it's tight. I think he can get in. So this guy is parked down here in the spot that I normally park in. He works over here. So I told them about it yesterday. I said, parked over in this lot, you know, and I told them, and so my boss was gonna come down here and look at the car, but he was getting ready to go. So when I go in here, I'm gonna tell him, say he's in my spot. You over here in my spot. We already be fighting. And see, and I could have got that spot, but he's parked there. We already fighting for you know, for spots. And here you are taking up a spot. Why? You work over here. That's the part I don't understand that. I don't get that. I don't get it. So yeah, my Truthful Tuesday is, you know, I wish people would go to their platform and talk about what they want to talk about instead of trying to come for somebody on their live or their pictures, and you look like pure hell. You know, what's the purpose of that? Y'all, I'm finna put this eyelash back on. I don't know why it won't stick. So I really don't get that at all. But I will be, I'll be back. I need to go punch in. I need to go see if my hand will work. I'll be back. Don't go nowhere. All right, y'all. I'm back. My hand worked. Perfect. So that's how I feel about the whole YouTube thing, them taking the money. I just think that it suck. You know, I just think that it's wrong. And it's just not right. And YouTube is always trying to get over on their content creators. I don't get it. And I get that they got to make money, but they take way too much. They take way, way, way too much of our money. Unnecessarily. You know what I'm saying? It's just unnecessary to me. Like, why you got to take that much money? But they don't want you to make no money. That's part of it. So that's my Truthful Tuesday about that. And then my other Truthful Tuesday is that I was having this conversation with Christopher last night. And he was saying to me, he said, it's a shame that so many of my friends, including myself, that we are messed up because we don't have our fathers. And he said almost all of my friends at school have deadbeat fathers. He said, and we messed up. And so I stopped him. I said, hold up. I said, pump your brakes. I said, why are you saying that you're messed up because your father is not and has not been an active part of your life? I said, you have nothing to do with him being who he is. It's unfortunate that you have the person that you have as your sperm donor that is not present and has not been present. I said, but you are not messed up because he's messed up. I said, you cannot take any responsibility for the actions of a grown-ass man. I said, so I want us to be clear. I don't want to ever hear you tell me that you are messed up because of him. I said, now, are you affected by his actions? Of course you are. Do you have the feelings that you have regarding him? Of course you do. But you are not messed up. I said, you are your own individual. You are not messed up because he's messed up. I said, don't take on his stuff and make it become your stuff. I said, because you're a child. You didn't ask to come here. We were to take care of you and to raise you and love you and nurture you because we decided that we wanted you. I said, Christopher, you were not born out of rape. You were not born out of you were not born out of rape. You were not born out of two people who were not consenting adults and who knew exactly what they were doing. I said, so hold on a minute, y'all. This is on here right. I'm gonna leave it just like it is. I can't talk and put on lashes. I just can't. I don't know why this one has given me the flux. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it. Just like that. I said I was gonna leave it, right? I'm still messing with it. Because I'm trying to move it over so it's not in the crack of my eye. Because I don't want to feel that. These are old lashes that I found, and I think this is the third time I wore them a couple of times. So after the day, I'm gonna throw these jokers away. Okay. So I told him, I said, listen, I said, we're not taking on the responsibility of other people's actions. And you're not going to sit here and tell me that you're messed up. I said, because there is nothing wrong with you. Nothing. I said, it's unfortunate that you are in a club. Still feel weird. Trying to bend it. I don't know why it's in the crack of my eye. Y'all like, girl, don't say it, because I'm saying it too. This one went on perfect. I mean perfect. No problem. So I told him, I said, it's unfortunate that you were in this club called Dad Be Dads. I said, but as you see, you're not the only one. I said, not that I'm saying that that should make you feel better, but that should let you know that ain't shit wrong with you. And I said, I'm not going to let you beat yourself up. I'm not going to let you be responsible for nobody else's stuff. I said, if anybody should feel guilty or if anybody should feel any type of way, it should be me, not you. And I said, and I want you to understand that. And I said, and I don't ever want to hear you say to me that you're messed up because of him, because you're not. I said, do you understand that? He was just like, yeah, I do. I said, so don't ever. I said, I don't ever want to hear you say you messed up because of him. I said, because he is messed up on his own. I said, because he made the choice not to be in your life. That was his choice. I said, because he could not control me and he could not get me to do what he wanted me to do. That's why he don't do nothing for you. I said, it has nothing to do with you. So he asked me, and he's asked me this, and this is what's so heartbreaking, and I'm just sharing this with you all, because this is my truth. What's heartbreaking for me is when my child says to me, do you think he loves me? What do you say to that? So me being me, I'm going to say yes, even though I don't think he loves Chris, okay? But I'm not going to, regardless of who he is or what he hasn't been, let me tell you something. I'm going to always protect my child's heart. Even if I have to fabricate, or even if I have to tell him something that I really don't believe to be true, I can't hurt his heart like that. I can't break his heart like that. And I do think that he loves him in his own way. And that's what I told him. I said, I think he loves you in his own way. He said, well, when I said yes, he said to me, he said, well, how can he love me? He don't even know me. I said, because he loves the idea of you, and he knows that you exist. He knows that you're a real person, a real human being. I said, that's a fact. I said, but I do think that he loves you. I said, but he does not want to be responsible for you, and he's never wanted to be responsible for you. I said, that's why he always has made the comment or has said, I'm gonna wait till he get older, because he just never wanted to be responsible. He said, but I don't understand how he sleep at night. I don't understand how he, and Chris and I have been through this many times, and this is not something that he said recently, but he did ask me about, do I think he loved me? Do you think he loved me? And I said, yeah, in his own way. Because I can't break his heart like that. Because to be honest with you all, I don't think he loves him. I think he loves the idea of him. But he doesn't know him. They don't have a relationship. And Chris tried that with him, and he rejected him. He rejected him. Not only did he reject him once or twice, he rejected him several times. So when you've been rejected, and you're not understanding that's hard. And it's hard as an adult. So imagine you being a kid and you being rejected. It's hard. It's really hard. And I feel horrible that he feels how he feels. I told him, I said, I don't understand it either. I said, and I will never understand him. And I said, he wants to blame everybody else. It's particularly me. He wants to blame me for him not being a father. Now here come the guy that's parked down here. He going to his car. I want to say something so bad, but I ain't going to say nothing. I'm going to let them handle it. Or see if they going to handle it. Because I can't tell him that he can't park there, because I ain't a boss. They got a whole big lot over here. Big lot. We got a small lot. And we have to park along the building. They got actually, we have spaces, but they got a big lot. And they got the street. So... get it. I just don't understand it. So, I'm always trying to reassure him or to let my child know that there's nothing wrong with him. And I say, he can make all the excuses in the world to you, to me, to his mama, to Jesus, if he want to make them to Jesus, about why he was not a parent. I said, and it still does not give him an excuse or a reason for him being what he is or how he's been. And Christopher is really he said, Christopher is kind of concerned about him being a father and what kind of father he's going to be. And I said, well, this is where you break the curse. It has to be broken with you. And I said, you're going to be a great father because you know what it's like to not have a father. And I said, you're going to be a great dad. I said, you're not going to be like the one that you ain't going to be like him. And it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate that so many kids are in the same situation as him. It's very unfortunate. But it's a real thing. Unfortunately. But like I told him, you're not responsible for it. I said, he got to answer to God for him not being a father. It ain't got nothing to do with you. I said, I don't want to ever hear you tell me you're messed up, because you're not messed up. And he said, okay. I said, we're not taking responsibility for other people's actions. And I told him, I said, you know how guilty I felt for years and years, for the first couple of years of your life when he didn't do anything for you? I said, but I had to let that go. I said, and there are times that I still feel some type of way because he didn't do what he was supposed to do. I said, but I know this. I'm very proud of what I have. And what I have is you. I said, I'm very proud of that. And I said, and I'm not gonna harp on what should have been or what could have been. I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue to be the great parent and woman that I've been. And whatever Anthony didn't do, or however way he didn't do it, I said, ain't got shit to do with me. I said, because I ain't missed a day of your life. Not a day. I said, I've been here for every birthday. I've been here for the illnesses. I've been here for the good and the bad. I said, I've been here. I said, and I'm not going to allow him or anybody else to make me feel no type of way about me being who I am and me being the parent and the mother that I am. Yeah, my choice was bad. I said, but just like you sitting here telling me about your friend, I said, look like all of our choices was bad. Because we all in the same club. And we right there with y'all. And it ain't nothing we can do about it. It ain't nothing we can do about it. I said, but I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm not going to do it. And I'm not going to allow nobody else to do it. I'm going to take responsibility for me getting with a bum. I'll take that. I said, but as far as anything else, no. No. He ain't shit. And he ain't gonna never be shit. Cause ain't no way somebody is gonna keep me from being a father or a mother to my kid. Ain't no way. I can never find this lipstick. No, it's in here. This ain't it. I hate when I can't find shit. I don't know what I did with it. Let me see how much is in here. Let's see if I can use this one. So I'm going to tell you all the same thing I told Chris. Stop taking on the responsibility of other people's stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you. It ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm not taking on nobody's stuff. I got too much of my own. You know what I mean? I think all of these lipsticks fell to the bottom. So I'm finding some of them. I try to put stuff in little pockets. Lipstick. I had it yesterday, but I think it fell to the bottom of my purse. I can't find it. Nevertheless, I cannot find it. Here it is. And I know it's this one because I still got the plastic on here. Here it's at the bottom. And my other Truthful Tuesday is this, and then I'm going to let y'all go. I don't understand the purpose of getting married and you still struggling as a woman. I just don't understand. I don't get that. I don't get that. I really don't get that. I swear I'm not getting ready. At this age, I'm not getting ready to struggle with nobody. I'm just not. If you can't make my life better, just leave me where I'm at. Just leave me where I'm at. I'll figure it out on my own. Real talk. I'm just not. I'm not finna marry you and get on the struggle bus. I'll just stay over here on my own struggle bus. I mean, for real. I'm still out here killing myself on a job that's killing me. Just using that as a reference. What are you marrying for? You know, you want me to split everything down the middle? No, I'm good. I'm good, baby boy. I'm good. I ain't doing that. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all have a great, fantastic day. We will be back here on tomorrow. Hump Day, Wednesday. Tomorrow I'll take that test for the job at 8:45 a.m. in the morning. But we'll be back here tomorrow to talk. And then Thursday is Throwback Thursday. You can post your throwback pictures on the community page. And then Friday, we gonna party. Okay? All right. God bless each and every last one of you all. And I shall see you back on here. Not later on today. Not on the live. I'll be live tomorrow. And I'll be live. And I hit the goal that I was trying to hit. So going on live yesterday helped me get to that goal that I was trying to make before October 1st, which is tomorrow. So that was good. But I shall see you all tomorrow. Okay? So have a great, blessed day. Don't forget to thumbs this video up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And leave your truthful comment in the comment section. All right? All right. Have a good, blessed day. Peace and blessings. Bye.